Wonderful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As we know, the people in, and we're all locals here on the call so far. Yeah, we've had the red flag warnings, we've had the wind episodes, we had the 4th year anniversary of the fire. So of course that brings up a lot for people. And there's so much we can say about that, but one of the keys in psychology is this word we've heard probably a lot, and I've said it many times on our classes, is resiliency. Resiliency. And what is that? Well, I mean, so many ways to describe it, but actually live it, is our capacity to cope with adversity. Our capacity to cope with adversity while remaining somewhat steadfast, being able to come back to an inner core that helps us embrace this broad spectrum of human experience. So, you know, in the affirmations, they'll say, you know, we fall out, we come back. We could come back, hopefully, to our inner core. And what's so beautiful about the yoga tradition and many traditions is that some key components to our practice are built into resiliency. For example, connecting to the body, to the breath, to the present moment, to what is working, what we're grateful for, singing, chanting, meditation, etc. And working with the paradoxes of life. Okay, so working with the opposites. So already we're building our capacity for resiliency, and every time we practice, every time we meditate, every time we consciously breathe, and that's really, really, really important, even maybe even more so than the pursuit of happiness, is our capacity to be resilient. And before we get started, I'll have to say more and more and more in the counseling offices, people are coming to me concerned with their not as able to be resilient, not as able to bounce back, spring back like they used to. So it's a phenomenon. It's something that's happening, and we want to even more than embrace our practices to be able to cope with, you know, acceptance and resilience. All right, so enough of the talking about it, but that is the theme. And we will start with our breath work and our neck work. So I'm going to ease back a bit. Oh, I forgot. You want to have a strap and a block. This may be a good time to get that. If you don't have that, a towel or a scarf, because we will be using that today. Just noticed as I had the props. All right, so sitting comfortably, and we'll start with the request of the neck and the shoulders and the upper back. So first, just kind of circling around. Yeah. And bringing, when you're ready, a few times each direction, forward and back. Classic neck stretch, bringing the right ear toward the right shoulder, extending through that left arm, using your right hand to ease this side of the neck open as we breathe into it. If it's tight, exhale, most of us it is, exhale through the mouth. Maybe slightly draw the chin up or down to get that greatest release. You can get 3 to 4 breath cycles. Feel the breath, belly to heart, and the exhale more audibly, more vocally. Again. Let the belly expand, let the heart open as we exhale through the mouth. So we're still including the full yoga breath, but we're just opening the neck as we do it. This is your fourth time. We're going to lengthen up, head in line with the spine, and release that right arm down. Of course, bringing the left ear to the left shoulder, stretching through this right arm, using your left hand to the side of the head, drawing the chin up or slightly down so you get the greatest opening in the sternocleidomastoid mastoid muscle on each side, attaching to the front clavicle and then trapezius. So the neck release will help the shoulders release. As you exhale, through the mouth. And feel the full yogic breath, belly to heart on the inhale. If you just naturally transition that, like I did, to just maybe not exhaling so forcefully through the mouth, but maybe now transitioning through the nostrils, you'll hear more of that Ujjayi oceanic sound. So either way, exhaling through the mouth or exhaling through the nostrils for 4 breaths. And then lengthening up. Releasing the hand down, palms face up, circling around, letting the effects pour through the body several times, and then go in the opposite direction. If circling doesn't work, make it smaller, or maybe just turn your head side to side to release the front, back, the sides of the neck, or throat chakra. And then inhale, sweeping the arms out to the side, interlocking behind the back of the neck. Inhale, lift the belly, lift the heart, open up the elbow, wings. And then exhale, rounding. Over to the spine. And continue. Inhale, full yogic breath, belly, heart, crown opens. And reverse the exhale when you're ready. The letting go. Or what we can let go. And again, inhale, open up. Heart lifts, eye gaze up. And the reverse. Bring into the body and the breath. Inhale as we open up this time. The arms reach up, the palms reach up. And then exhale, sweeping and feeling the space all around. It's just a gentle review of let's bring the left arm around the low belly. The right hand underneath that right armpit, just a container of a couple breath cycles here. Full yogic breath again. Belly, heart, crown. On the inhale, expands. A gentle focus at the spiritual eye. Exhaling through the nostrils in the opposite direction. Crown, heart, belly, feet. So we're containing ourselves, giving ourselves that compassion and love and nourishment as you inhale and exhale 3 to 4 breath cycles, full yogic breath cycles. So we're allowing it's ever here to be here. We're not pushing away anything. We're actually meeting whatever is coming on the mat today, physically, emotionally, mentally, with the spiritual awareness that holds it all. That's loving, compassionate, already whole. All right. One more neck release. We'll continue. We're going to inhale. We're going to jet the upper body forward with the hands above the knees. And then on the inhale, we're going to bring the shoulders up by the ears. Tuck the chin to the hollow of the throat. And then exhale. Elbows press down. Heart widens. Throat and neck open. 2 more times with this variation. Inhale. The top of the inhale, we tuck the chin, we hold the breath, hold, hold, hold. Focus Focus at the spiritual eye. When you're ready, exhale. Release the tension. And once more, inhale. Shoulders up by the ears, top it off. At the top of the inhale, hold the breath by tucking the chin, navel to the spine. And then exhale, releasing. Okay, let's draw the knees in. Very good. I'm going to come onto our mat and laying down eventually. We're going to do our cat-cow, but we're going to do it seated rather than on the hands and knees. So if you need a little extra padding, go ahead and give yourself that cushion of support. As we plug in the feet, hands could be either underneath the knees or on top of the knees. You're going to inhale, lift the heart, lift the head. And then exhale, the hands could be here, they could come on top of the knees, round and spine. So the same movement we did seated, but we're in more of that cat-cow in this position. So we're lengthening up. And we're exhaling, tucking the low back under. One more time. Inhale, flowing with the breath, flowing with prana, flowing with life force, building our resiliency. And then we're going to shimmy shake down. So then the core strength is here, engaged. We're going to draw the low back, the mid back, the upper back towards the floor, press to the feet. Sweep the arms up overhead, and then really stretch out those legs. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then exhale, curl in. Just curl in, hold in. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, stretching out. Expanding, elongating, flexing through the toes toward the sky to stretch the hamstrings. And then when it's time to exhale, we pour in. You could curl in more if you want and fall. And one more. Inhale. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then exhale. Yin phase, hold in. Now I'm going to grab my strap because I didn't have it by my side. And we're going to either place the scarf or strap around the ball of our feet. And we're going to open up the hamstrings. We're going to release the neck gently side to side. And we're going to just start to circle the feet. Releasing the lumbar, the low back. Again, think of 3s, 3 times in each direction. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we're going to stabilize. We're going to engage the hamstrings more by climbing up the strap. Climbing up the strap, adding a little more core strength. So we'll breath here. Sustaining it. And then easing down, easing the upper back down, mid back down. And we're going to take the strap around the ball of the right foot, bend the left knee. If your lumbar is okay, we're going to extend that left leg, your low back. Otherwise, we'll protect the low back by keeping that left knee bent. We do our legs to the side pose. So I like to place my left hand on the left hip to stabilize, turn the right foot out to the side, open up the gate here, open up the hips, or especially this right hip. But remember not to jack up that leg too high, that'll cut off the flow. Keep the opening, choke up on the right hand, open the heart. Breathe into especially this right side of the body. And we may want to sweep our left arm up overhead and affirm divine life, is within me and all around me. And on this right side, we want to just take one or two gratitudes, things, qualities that are working in our life. Maybe it is, you have a core of resiliency, compassion, kindness. Just notice the joy, the quality you can appreciate that is living within you and expressing in some way as we breathe into this quality and take inventory of it, appreciate it. And then engaging the core and lifting up that leg. And we're going to bend the left knee, place the left foot around the strap. And the same thing, the right knee either bends or extends. And we turn the left toes out to the side. And we hold on, just stabilize this right hip bone as we open up the left leg to the side. Jump up on the strap. Or you can even use a wall or a block to help you. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to sweep this opposite arm around. Just a couple times to get the flow. And on this left side, we're working with the paradox, working with dualities, because inevitably opposites come up. So think of maybe, this is uncomfortable, but maybe a mood you were going through or some anxiety or fear. We actually want to be able to breathe into those emotions as they come in, and it may be hard to bring it up if it's not happening, but make sure that when it does, you just start to tune into it. And again, I'm really repeating things so we can wire it in. We're naming it, we're breathing into, say fear or worry, anxiety. Name it so we can tame it. Experience where we might feel it in the body. It's not pushing it away, it's actually breathing into it. Counterintuitive. Just for a little bit, for 3, 2, 1, and then we lift from the core strength. We lift that leg back up. And this time we're going to release the strap, bend the knee, and just have the strap to the side and extend that left leg out. Bring one hand on the belly, the other hand on the heart. We want to bring those opposites together, say fear and faith, or whatever it is for you. In the central channel, things neutralize. That's our core energy, our true energy. So breathing the full yogic breath, belly, heart, crown. Naming 2 qualities, opposites. Trying to bring them closer together so that you're honoring that paradox happens, duality happens, but we have ways to integrate them, neutralize them. And of course, the harder the swing, the harder the adversity, it's just going to take some more time and processing to come into that neutralization. But of course, it's possible because our divine awareness, as we breathe in, yoga union, our higher self, our higher guidance is helping support us in the paradoxes. Okay. So a lot of the key components crystallized into this one movement. Bending the knees, and we'll go ahead into about 3 egg beaters in one direction. So inner borders of the feet together. And then 3 egg beaters in the opposite direction. Keep your body breath and awareness as we move into happy baby. So we're doing the back releases first as we move from the right corner of the abdomen over to the left. And if you want to begin to extend one leg out to the side, then the other, feel free. Or you can stay in that happy baby. Big exhales. And if you can, rock and roll, curl yourself into that ball again. If not, we roll to the side, gaining enough momentum to use our hands to roll onto the balls of the feet and to start to come up. You want to take it gradually, slowly, feel free, really work those reflex points into a squat if your knees are able to do this. And then we release into our Uttanasana, our forward fold. So letting our, resting the palms of the hands at the hollows of the elbows, shaking the head, yes and no. Relax and cast aside any unnecessary mental burden. So just let that blood flow to the brain, just checking on everybody. Releasing out. And we're going to ripple up. So we're either going to ripple up or chair pose, depending on your spine. Coming up into our mountain pose. Into our, first we lift off of our heels. Off of our heels, I can blank it out here in a moment. And then feel the space all around you. Yielding into the earth, rooting down. Taking your blanket out to the side, having it by your side if you like. And taking a moment here, and always good to just check our posture, not overarching, not tailbone too far down, but feel from the 4 points of the feet, the legs, energy supporting you, or supporting you, chin parallel to the floor, open to the crown of the head as we engage the mudra, thumb and index finger together. Take your full yogic breath. When you're ready, inhale, belly, heart, crown, open to the elements and receiving and letting go. Means that we can. Take it out a little bit. All right. Bringing the hands to the heart. Notice if someone comes to your mind, you'd like to send prayers of care to, through this flow. Yes, it won't be a classic sensitive, but we will do a down dog and a forward bend. Do more than one person. As we tap into the spiritual eye for the awakening of higher consciousness for all beings is the affirmation. Inhale, lengthen and grow. And then exhale, swan dive forward. Exhaling, forward fold. Just enough to elongate the spine and take a luxurious downward facing dog. So we just step it back, imprint the hands, especially the base of the fingers, and tread it out. Keep magnetizing the heart toward the thighs as we maybe add either side to side or the treading, but we're adding our affirmation. That calm energy radiates through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Maybe we want to lift the heels up. Really stretch into the ball of the feet and then root down again.
as we go into calm energy. Now blood flow to the brain, radiates through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. I'm adding the figure eights side to side. You see what works for you. As we flow into our plank, and we'll just add a couple push-ups. Exhaling, halfway down, pulsing back up. If you want to be on your knees, feel free. And then this third one, we will tap down if you're not already, onto the knees. I'm going to step it back a little bit. Into puppy, quarter dog. Great for the neck and shoulders, by the way. This is a great pose for that. And then we come forward onto our forearms for a moment, lift off the knees, strength pose, and then come on to the tops of the knees and begin our gentle back bend series. Rocking, I'm going to bring the elbows wide, rocking side to side. We do this most classes, hydrating at first, the shoulders. And then bringing our arms in locust by our side. We're going to inhale, lift that right leg up, recharge the spine. Inhale, soaring up on our wings of joy. Exhale, coming down. We're just going to switch. Left leg lifts up. Inhale, recharging the spine. Opening the shoulders. So the shoulders are, the heart is opening. And then we exhale, come down. We'll do one more time on each side. Salangbasana. Inhale, soaring upward. Recharging, especially into the central channel. Exhale, ease. And then one more time. Left leg pulses up. Recharge. Soaring upwards on wings of joy. And then resting with one hand stacked on top of the other. Large toes could turn in or keep turned out to the side. The main thing is just to melt and breathe. Really feel the full yogic breath on the belly. We were talking about that container with the arms. Now the earth is containing the front side of the body. Just resting at the spiritual eye. Resting at that universal consciousness, the soul connection. For many people, their spiritual practices can be a great source of resilience and strength. And then feet are no wider than hip width apart and legs are engaged. So we're pressing to the top of the feet. That will engage the legs for our Cobra Bhujangasana. Elbows by our side. We're going to inhale and rise up. It could be here. It could be here or all the way off the knees. Lion's breath. Stick out the tongue. Eye gaze out. Do that one more time. Fantastic. Knees touch down to pour back into our classic cat. If you want more core strength, you come off of the knees to round and tuck. Inhale, scoop out. And this time pour back. Bring your chest back towards your thighs. And really feel the full stretch here. Let's have the fire breath, Kapalabhati breath. We're going to exhale through the nostrils strongly and draw the navel to the spine 12 times. I'll count. Slow it down. Ripple through the spine, so bend the knees, kind of rippling, flowing ocean feeling. This time as we ripple through, if you want to add strength, you add that half push-up, and then ripple back, or just keep rippling, keep flowing, and with strength and with flow. And you determine what type of strength and flow works for you. And press into that right hand, left foot when we meet back in down dog. And then shift. Left hand, right foot. More so. And then both hands, both feet. As we step one foot forward, then the other. One hand toward the foot, then the other. And either reaching into Padahastasana, palms of the hands underneath the soles of the feet, or as we did earlier, Uttanasana. Either way, we're relaxing and casting aside any unnecessary mental burdens. What can we let go of? Turning to our core strength and capacity and coping as we release our hands. Bend the knees. Now we're going to come in our classic Uttanasana chair pose. Arms come back. Sweep the arms forward. Now we're sitting on a chair. Yeah, couple breaths here. Yielding. And then rising up. Rising up. And feel the space all around you. Let's swirl it. Let's swirl that prana. Feel the effects as the arms come up toward the shoulders. Yeah. Great. Okay. Back to our mountain pose. Back to our mountain pose. So this is where the block is really necessary, or the rolled up towel, because we're going to go into our half moon and chair twist series. So it's pretty strong, but we're going to take it gradually. So a little different, taking the block between the thighs. So of course this forces you to engage the legs. A little trickier with a wooden block. If you have a foam block, it's quite nice. You don't want to drop it, okay? All right, and then we're going to inhale, and we're going to reach up in our half moon. We're going to extend the arms, but not jack the shoulders up. Keep some release there as we arc over to the right side. And affirm strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Wonderful. Tailbone drawing down. And inhale. Before we go to the other side, this is where we add that chair pose. So if I can turn around with this block, I've tried that before. We're going to release and then sweep the arms down. Sweep the arms back. Sweep the arms forward. Couple breaths. Pulsing. And then rising up again. So that, again, that forced engagement in the legs. Reach the hands together. And of course, arcing over in our half moon to the other side. So try not to torque too far forward. Most of us don't go back that far, but we're opening to the side and affirming. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Notice the effect of the block as you inhale and come up. I'm going to stay facing forward as we
Sweep our arms back. Uttasana. Inhale, sweep forward. Pulse a couple times. And then sweep up. Yay, we did it. All right, exhale as the arms come down. You get to take a block of the towel out. Notice how you like that effect using the block. We will move into warrior two. Okay, so nice wide stance here. Rotating the left foot to the side, the right foot in 30 degrees. I'm going to pulse a few times in our warrior two, and then we're going to maintain it maybe a little bit longer than I typically teach. So come out whenever it feels right to you. Tracking that left knee over the second toe. I'm going to walk this right foot back for my anatomy. Rolling the inner thigh up and back. Watching that knee, we don't want it to come forward. Reaching out with the arms. Now here's the pulsing part. Okay, we inhale. We have the hands above the head. And then we exhale. Looking over with the palms up. That left hand. And pulse one more time. Inhale. Pulsing out, that leg might come up a little bit naturally, the left leg, but then we root down. Now, feel the difference grounding now with the palms down. See if that helps the hips draw down, strong through this back leg. As I open joyfully to the power of the divine and the strength of the warrior and our challenges. Building our resiliency and capacity with the strength of the divine. Again, staying a little bit longer, but then adding that peaceful warrior, the right hand to the right knee, the left arm reaches up, stretching through the side body, a little bit like our half moon with our upper, a lot like our half moon with our upper body, different legs, obviously. And then from here, not collapsing on that thigh, but reaching into our bent knee triangle. Dynamic. Energy and joy. Fill my body cells. Energy and joy. Fill my body cells. Bring that right arm down. Rotate off of that back right heel. And just shimmy, shake the hips. And shake the hips. Now, as we did our half split last week, see if you like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel back. And this is how it's classically cued. Opposite hand. Beautiful stretch. If you're wanting even more of that hamstring stretch, we bring our left foot out to the side here even more. And that would mean our hands coming forward. So you decide the classic half split or out to the side a little bit more. You might need a block or a bolster here. But we're breathing into the intensity. We're building tolerance. We're building capacity to stay with intensity. So we do that in, of course, in our yoga practice and with our challenging areas of the body or openings or poses. And the same with our emotional body in a different way, but the same building and sustaining that capacity for resilience. Staying with it. And of course, when it's time to come out, we come out. Stay with it for a long time. It's not, we want to build that resilience and strength without it being harmful to our physical body. We're lifting the knee, the right knee, and we're stepping back
And just for a nice flow here, chaturanga. Exhale from our plank. You decide which cobra pose you want, half or full cobra. Press through the tops of the feet. Open through the throat. Excellent. And knees touch down. Reverse it. I like to walk my hands in a little bit. Building that core strength, lifting the knees. Rounding cat. And look at the hands, pour it back to down dog. Let it out. For any kind of movement that works for you, as you feel that calm energy radiating through every cell of your body, every fiber of your being. Forward fold here as we step one foot forward, then the other, one hand on the other, walk, walk, walk. Back to our chair, Uttasana. Imagine the block between your thighs and that much engagement. And we reach back and reach forward. Giving our strength capacity as we inhale, reach up. And feel the space all around you, back to mountain pose. Find the postural alignment that you can feel is connective to the earth, to your body, to the elements. Coming back to center again and again, living from center. Living from center, from the central channel of the spine. That's the yogi zone. And we go out, we come back. Of course, the same series to the other side, in Virabhadrasana 2. It's a nice wide stance. Okay. Will be different on this side as the right toes turn out to the side, left foot in. Tracking that right knee over the second toe, rolling the thigh back and up, not popping it forward, energizing this back leg, maybe walking it back a little bit. Trying to get the shoulders in line with the hips, so our physical alignment first. And then we reach out with the palms up. We're going to pulse twice before we sustain it. Okay, inhaling, elbows bend. Energy above the crown as well as in the entire body. Exhale, looking over this right hand. So here we don't want to reach too far forward. We want to balance with our left hand. Okay, one more time, pulse up. And then exhale, feel the space within and all around, rooting down with the palms facing down. As you joyfully open to that capacity, to the power of the divine throughout your life, and especially throughout the challenges. That resiliency of returning to what's whole and free, whatever that may be for you. You dropping deeper, sustaining our capacity, our resiliency. And then bringing your left hand to your knee, peaceful warrior, opening up. Make sure this left shoulder drops down, opening the side of the neck. And then coming out and up with the hands so that we just support ourselves without collapsing. Here's a collapse. Without collapsing into our bent knee triangle. And feeling and invoking the energy and joy. Fill my body cells. Energy and joy. Fill my body cells. It's strong.
Bringing the hand down, rotating off the heel, on top of that knee, shimmy, shaking down. Remember in yoga, joy is not a mood state, okay? It is a divine state. It's a higher consciousness. Happiness would be considered more of a fluctuating mood state where the joy kosha is our divine birthright. Then you decide if you want to peel back the toes, straight back, draw that right hip down, opposite hand, how I usually do for the cat split. Manasana. Quite lovely. If you want to bring this right foot out to the side more, now we bring one forearm down or use a bolster, and then the other, and you might even feel even more stretch in that hamstring. But trying to let the neck and the head bow to the wisdom of the heart. Again, that true resiliency down to the wisdom of the heart, but it's a process for, of course, when we go through things. And when you're ready, you turn, walk in and in. And just this time, we're going to come forward, okay? Come off of that knee and give it another plump. You may need to walk that foot in a couple times to come into your forward bend, into your forward fold. Let's just rest the palms of the hollows of the elbows this time, a slight bend of the knees. If you want to massage the scalp or relax and cast aside any unnecessary mental burdens. Do one more standing pose, bending the knees in our friend Uttasana today with chair pose. Up. Pulsing, and then rising up. Rising up, feeling the space around. Okay. So our balance pose today, we've done it before, Warrior 3. I'm just going to approach it a little differently, and I brought the chair out so that, remember, the wall and the chair is our friend. So you can use a wall, you can use a chair, you can use the back of, well, dangerous on a rolling chair. Secure it a little bit more by bringing it on the mat. And what's going to happen here? First, we just want to find our, our geometry with our half dog. This is called half dog. And then that way we know when we come forward, that's where our hands want to be. Okay. So fine, taking time to set up, use a table, use a wall, or freestyle, When we do our balance, though, we're going to take it in 2 stages. The first stage is we're rooting down on the left foot, and we're bringing our right knee up. So already we're in a balance pose, of course. And then we sweep the arms overhead, and we kick that leg back gently. Use the breath. I like to use a chair for stabilization here. Amidst life storms, I find my center. If I fall out, I can come back. I'm purposely falling out to demonstrate. I can come back. Resiliency. Amidst life storms, I can be in my center. If not, I know I can return to my center at some point. Amidst the storm. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and we come up. If possible, we may need to tap down, lift that leg up, and feel the space all around again. Very good. So challenging. even with the chair. Shifting to the opposite foot, the right foot. And this is it. The essence, this affirmation is the essence of the resiliency training, which we have all of our lives, by the way, right? We know that. Lifting that left knee. Now, we can bring the arms, I didn't say it on the last thing, out to the side or overhead as we kick that leg back into our Virabhadrasana 3. Ooh. Amidst life storms, I can return to my center. Amidst life storms, I can be in my center. Either way, we're breathing in, we're breathing out. Things are more challenging. Be in your center. So very symbolic in our balance poses. It's time for you to come out. You bend that support knee a little bit. Maybe you tap down. Maybe you lift up. And then you feel the space all around this again. All right, very good. Okay, I'm going to roll the chair back. Hopefully, they'll do a back, windshield wiper twist, but then our deeper neck release, and that really works with the strap. So we'll come down, if your knees allow it, into a squat. So sweeping your arms forward, lifting the heels up, coming down, and having strap by your side. As remember when we started the class, to do one cat-cow seated like this, and then exhale round its spine. And again, inhale, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, this time we shimmy shake all the way down. Low, mid, upper back, sweep the arms overhead. And fold those knees in, and let's just do a spinal release side to side, head and neck release side to side. Again, thank you body, thank you breath, thank you mind, thank you spirit. And windshield wiper twist, meaning feet are hip width apart on the mat. Arms out to the side. We draw the knees over to the right. And the head turns to the left. And we can stretch that neck out even more like we did seated, but we're lying all these different ways to do the stretch, all these different formations. We take our left hand above the right ear and we stretch open that side of the neck. You decide how much pressure you want there. As we affirm again, divine life is within me and all around me. Divine life is within me and all around me. And back, head in line with the spine, engage the core. The knees come up. Under the core is the obliques and the low back, not just the front of the belly, and the knees go over to the left. The head turns to the right, and it's up in the opposite, okay? And your right arm reaches over and extends through the opening of the side of the neck. Full belly breathing. As you affirm, divine life is within me and all around me. Divine life is within me and all around me. For any affirmation that helps you return to the spiritual awareness
Sorry. And then release the hand, engage the core. And this is where we take our strap and place it around.
So I'm gonna do this. Let me just demonstrate it for you first. I'm gonna bring the strap and bring it at the back of the neck. So the main thing is, of course, we don't want the plastic buckle hitting our neck or our feet. And then we're going to adjust it so that both, starting out with, you can hold that, it's, for me, it's above the ear. Some people's hair is more slippery than others. So if that's the case and you're unfamiliar with this sustained traction, this is again from a physical therapist's pose. For neck release, you'll hold on to the strap, and just for safety, you can hold on to the strap and security. We'll start with both feet, but that's just to set us up like we did earlier. We're going to extend the right leg. Once you get set up like this, you want to break out into another pose, or you don't have a strap, I understand, just make it work for you. But that same gentle movement, you can stay stable, or you could keep holding on to the strap and you're new to this. But just know that as we're in this pose, that traction is releasing a lot of pent up neck and shoulder tension, and softening the shoulders away from the ears. You decide if you want just a little bit of movement, or if you feel more comfortable with stability. Returning to the full yogic breathing. And maybe you want to affirm a quality of peace or calmness. Peace goes through all the cells of my body. Calmness radiates through every fiber of my being. So whatever that quality is that you'd like to invoke, you bring it into an affirmation. Much more powerful that way. Now at home, you could stay here for several minutes, but for the sake of the class and timing, I'm going to hold on to the strap. I'm going to shift the opposite foot. Now you could do it with two legs and go like this. That's part of the series. You don't have time for one leg at a time, but depending on your timing. So for the class today, we're going, of course, to the other side, holding on to the strap, maybe not. Allowing that tractioning to happen. Palms to be open, palms to be down if you're wanting more grounding, stability. As you breathe in, affirming peace, flowing through the cells of your body. Calmness radiating through the fiber of your being. And every time we practice, we develop deeper resiliency coming back to our center. And then holding on with the strap, and just taking a couple breath cycles here. And this is, of course, an inversion with our legs and tractioning with our neck. Let's do 3 yogic breaths here. Really hearing your own inner sound. Restoration. Essential for resilience. That's the part of us that just wants to shut down, numb out when it's too much. We all know that it has its place in time, but we don't want to always be doing that as a, we want more of a wellness restoration. Then come back to our true nature. The other is more of a distraction, more of a release, which has its, again, its time and place, but not always as appropriate. All right. Okay, when you're ready, decide what restorative pose would work best for you. I'm definitely hold on to the strap. Ease the back of the head down. If you want to use a bolster on your spine, maybe it's classic Shavasana, maybe it's the Baddha Konasana, maybe it's legs up the wall. Well, take your time here to get yourself into a restorative pose as I guide you through relaxation, even more so. Blanket, high bed, whatever you have to help assist in restoration. Easing the head from side to side. I'm going to do a progressive muscle relaxation in our time for Shavasana today. This is done and can be done in any time, actually, anytime it works, but it's a more and more often used in therapy these days. This is beautiful. Okay, so just starting, if you're ready, by this progressive muscle relaxation from the feet up, the ground up. So go ahead and scrunch your toes up for 5 seconds, tense, tense, tense there. And then soften. Exhale. See if you could tune into your calves and try to just tense the calf muscles for 3 to 5 seconds. Tense, tense, tense. And then soften. Moving up the body. Thighs, isolating if possible the thighs. Maybe the cheeks go tense too. So let's do thighs and cheeks. Sometimes it's hard to isolate that. Tense, tense, tense. And exhale and soften. And now the abdomen, draw the navel to the spine, tensing the muscles toward the spine, tense, tense, tense. And exhale and soften when you're ready at your own pace. Get into the chest, squeezing the shoulders back and down, tense, tense, tense. Vibrate with energy. And relax when it's time. And then moving to the upper arms, right and left, tense, tense, tense. Relax and feel. The forearms and the palms of the hands, make a fist with the hands, tense, 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 forearms and fist, vibrate with energy. And then exhale and release. Progressive relaxation. Let intense the throat. Try to bring a lower lip above the upper lip, tense, tense, tense. Exhale and relax. Stretch up the face, tense the facial muscles, the jaw, the eyes, tense, tense, tense. And now completely relax and feel. Feel the difference now, easing the head from side to side. Releasing the neck, releasing the jaw, releasing the shoulders. Feel the back body. If you're lying on your back, support it. And returning to your flow and rhythmic sound of the breath. Knowing that behind the wave of your mind is the ocean of cosmic consciousness. Behind the wave of my mind is the ocean of cosmic consciousness. And you feel the cool air as it comes through the nostrils. The coolness of the spiritual eye. Warm air as it comes out of the nostrils. And simply resting, especially the pause at the end of the exhale. Breathing into the heart, letting everything be here. The skill of allowing. Perhaps accepting paradox, working with capacity, cope with adversity, returning to that core. It helps us embrace the broad spectrum of human experience. Resting in wholeness. Already free, already one. And just notice if you'd like to stay in Shavasana longer. You're certainly welcome to do just that. If you're ready to return to movement, you do so gradually. Wiggling the fingers and toes. Resting on your side and determining when It's time for you to come up right. And if you feel too, sending out the 3-syllable Om sound to others that you can visualize at the spiritual eye. And it could be, of course, specific people on the world. Visualize them. It's a vibrational sound. It's not about singing, about hearing that sound. It's the sound of the various chakras. Sending those prayers of cares out to others. If you want to rub your hands together, you're welcome to do that any way this works for you. When you're ready, inhaling. So inhale. And around. And bringing the hands together and namaste, acknowledging that divine awareness within you and recognizing that in others, in everyone, and everything, that's where we are one. As we bow to the wisdom of our heart, letting it lead the way into our days and evening.